Hi, Ms. Sukanya Bhadra. Welcome to the Asian School of Economics, the podcast series.
Thank you.
Ma'am, in the current scenario, when we look into your profile, you have worked with various prestigious consulting firms across the globe. When you started off, probably after first few years of your education, you moved out of Calcutta and you did your higher studies in the different bigger cities of the country and worked in different big cities of India as well as in the different other parts of the world. Now, when we're talking about the Asian School of Economics, the kind of diverse work profiles that you have handled in different organizations, and when you are drafting or crafting or creating the executive level program for Asian School of Economics, what are the new things that you feel like bringing in this particular program itself?
So, Anish, to be honest, we are building something from the future. Okay, so far, what has happened in the education sector is people have built from the past. And wherever I am associated, my goal is can we build from the future? And the future is changing very fast. Future is changing like yesterday. Okay. So whatever was relevant in the past few decades, past 100 years, is no longer relevant.
True.
Like you rightly mentioned, I had moved out of Bengal, couple of decades back. Because at that point in time, I thought that much like most of our students here, right? They think that all of the potential lies elsewhere.
Bigger opportunities, better jobs.
Yes.
Right.
So having come from a small town, then moving into Kolkata for my education, then going into bigger cities, then having stints outside of India, I realized that there is a disparity, but there is also an opportunity to create some sort of a uniformity.
So you started off from Asansol, came to Calcutta, then probably the bigger cities of India, and then Chicago, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So Asansol to Chicago.
Yes.
Right.
And then back to Delhi and then back to Kolkata now. Okay. And then, of course, if we are able to take ASE to different parts of Bengal and different parts of the eastern region, that would be the dream.
Right.
But the disparity that exists is not really in the intellectual agency of Kolkata. In fact, if you look at it, in Kolkata, every second shop is named as an enterprise, right? And this has existed for the last 300, 400 years. So we are a civilization. We had academia on our side. Kolkata, the entire crowd that goes out from here to various other cities, there is a perception that, you come from a place of academic excellence. We have some of the wonderful prestigious institutions which are based out of Kolkata, and a lot of academic pedigree comes out of this region. Unfortunately, there has been an exodus of talent because we felt that there are not enough enterprises, because people were looking at the job market. Now think of the founders, think of the enterprises, and think of the role of ASE as an institution who's going to build these enterprises, build the entrepreneurs, right? We have a responsibility to our city, to our region, and we also have the capability. So that capability we are bringing into the ASE programs. So what can be built from the future? AI is moving things very fast. So how can we develop something like critical thinking, emotional intelligence? What is going to happen to patents? How do you monetize your patents? I create something. So I have created my own concept called Tara, which is a proprietary framework. Now, what happens to my patent? If I'm working for someone, what happens to my trademark? If I'm helping build something for someone, because people are going to build, right? Students are going to build, founders are going to build for others.
Correct.
So somebody needs to teach them what to do with patents. And if you look at it, that has not been a part of the standard delivery of a lot of the traditional legacy institutions.
So it is not only, sorry to cut you short, it is not only the academic knowledge, but at the same time more implementation. And probably you are trying to say that it's more of hands-on which
Absolutely.
probably with ages, years of your experience, you came to know or explored how to do this patents and trademark, which probably we'll try to cover up in this 1.5 year of time frame
Yes.
inside the classroom.
So look at it like this. I hail from the region of coal, right? From Asansol.
Yes.
And the first time that I got to experience what a coal mine looks from the inside was somewhere outside of India.
Okay.
I got into a coal field and I saw, oh, this is what it looks like. Which means that, experiential learning was missing somewhere.
Exactly.
And it's a huge country. It's a big population. So many students come out every year. We have become MBA assembly lines. Can ASE do something different? Of course we can. So for people like us who have seen the outside world and we are building something from here, it is a huge opportunity as well as a responsibility. Consulting, for example, can we teach consulting? Yes, we can. And we are going to do it.
One more thing, when I see that you have worked in various parts, like from Asansol to Calcutta to Delhi, and even to Chicago itself, there is a transitional shift of the kind of people, the geography, and their working culture. We feel that the opportunities are all in big cities, but there are also opportunities in Calcutta with the advent of the GCCs, the Global Capability Centers, and there's a huge potential for Calcutta now. One big reason is that the cost of infrastructure, the cost of manpower, and probably the opportunities that we have in Calcutta itself. So now the focus for the entire country, entire nation is probably Calcutta or probably West Bengal as of now. What kind of opportunities do you think? Do you think that we will be able to match up to the kind of outcome of these or bigger cities in India?
Yes. So the question is if we can. The thing is that we should. It's high time we should match up to those key communities. GCCs is a very big area of focus, both in terms of our consulting offering as well as what we are going to teach the farmers. GCC is a very big area for us. GCCs are going to take on.
I think we already have 2,000 and we are expecting around 5,000 by 2030.
Yes, absolutely. So that is one area that is definitely one of our focus areas. Okay. You spoke of cultures, that there are multi-cultures that
Correct.
exist. We are able to teach how to bridge that cultural gap. And we are also going to not teach anything the regular way, the standard work, the standard knowledge. We are going to bring a lot of insights from our ancient wisdom into our programs. And I think that whole cultural rejuvenation is what the students are going to experience. When you say that, there are issues between Gen Zs and millennials, like Gen Zs
Yes.
are a different kind of whistle beats, is what we hear. I really don't think so. Imagine that Gen Zs across the world, they have invented their own language. And there are a lot of people who are actually doing research into that. They have patched through the barriers of different languages, right? How are they able to manage to do that? So, what is this one culture that is flowing through the Gen Zs that actually the millennials and the boomers they need to manage to be able to get the best out of this? And what is it that they are going to need? Can we offer that to them?
Right. One more thing, a comparison between online learning and a physical classroom learning. So we have seen physical classroom learning since our childhood, but current generation, because of the COVID period, we have seen the online is also very largely acceptable. What I heard that in Asian School of Economics, you are giving more insight into the classroom-based teaching, where you promise to bring in the CXOs, the CMO, the CTO, who will actually take the classes inside and more hand-holding the students. What is the difference that you think that the students or the candidate should know that while choosing an executive or upskilling program, why should they go for a classroom program and over and above a comparison of an online based classroom?
So, what happens in an online program? Like, let's look at it this way. That a multi-dimensional human being is actually interacting with a two-dimensional intelligence, right? I'm not discarding that online programs are effective. But essentially, who are we? What are we talking about? We are talking about human-centered development, right? We are using AI and technology as tools, as means for delivery, as means for assessment, uh, to increase productivity. Okay, something that can be given. So we are not talking of, uh, you know, humans versus AI. We are talking about how you can be put the two together. At the same time, think of what it does to the culture of exposure, to the learning exposure of the person who's sitting in a classroom with a founder who's been there, done that, right? It is not just a one-way learning. It is a two-way learning. Exactly. It is a developmental role that is being offered to the founder as well to take on for the students. I think this is a fantastic global style, right? It is not just one person who gets to learn. We are all a part of that community where we can sit together in a classroom, build associations, learn how to manage each other even while being in that classroom.
And I believe when we talk about alumni network, it is truly not a WhatsApp group or a exchange of case study ideas. It is also having the tea in between the breaks of the classes and gel with the diverse field of people and understand each other, their experience, their challenges, and how they look into their kind of
Yes,
problems.
during COVID, when there was so much of digital learning, digital interaction, work from home that was going on, so many papers came out about how people miss their coffee, coffee machine discussions.
Correct.
There is value in that. That is how humans are. They learn by association, by interaction. So we want to also ensure that value is not
Camaraderie is
lost.
back on
Yes,
inside the
yes,
classroom.
yes. Otherwise, what organization are you going to manage?
Correct. I think it's a wonderful discussion with you. Thank you so much for your time.